Welcome to the Foresight Sustainability How-To video series. In this episode, we are going to demonstrate how to import a large amount of historical data into your Foresight account. Generally, users will only need to import historical data when setting up an account. After the account has been created, you will be entering each metric on a monthly basis. For now, though, let's dive into importing your historical data. Most customers have extensive utility usage saved in Excel spreadsheets. So for this example, we'll be uploading 4 different metrics: solid waste, water, gas, and electric, and we're assuming that spreadsheets have already been created internally to store this data. Each of these spreadsheets will have a handful of different pieces of information in them. Things such as start date, end date, consumption, total cost, and electricity is a little unique because it has demand. All the other metrics don't track demand because there is no demand for any of the other metrics. One important thing to keep in mind is units. Each metric on the sustainability dashboard has a unit associated with it, and along with this video is a PDF that calls out each of the individual metrics as well as the unit attached. If you have spreadsheets that have been generated internally, you must make sure that the units in the spreadsheet match the units for the sustainability dashboard. If they don't, you'll have to convert them, and on that PDF some conversion factors are also included. A good example is natural gas. Natural gas bills can come in units of CCF, MCF, or therms. However, all Foresight sustainability customers are tracked in units of MCF. After you have all your units correctly converted, you're ready to start copying the information into the provided import statement. There are a couple things to keep in mind when copying data over to the import statement CSV. First is when you're looking at your data, you want to make sure to, let's say, copy this consumption value. And when you go to paste it, you have to be certain to paste special and select just values. This is because the CSV file must be imported with the cells being formatted as general. For the sake of time, I copied the rest of the utility data for electricity over to the import statements CSV. The last step now is to fill in the year and month columns. These columns exist to help Foresight understand what utility usage data to assign to a given month. So for this statement, it looks like the electricity usage started on August 29th and ended on September 29th of 2014. Therefore, your year is going to be 2014. And your month will be 9. Moving on to the next statement, July 31 to August 28, obviously this would be month 8 for the year 2014. All right, this is what your spreadsheet should look like when you're done copying in all the data. The other option for you is if you do not have utility information stored in spreadsheets, you can just manually enter the data into this spreadsheet from the utility bills that you have. But moving forward, again, you want to make sure that all the columns are filled in, and the only columns for max demand and historical max demand that need to get filled in is for electricity metric. All the other metrics do not need max demand or historical max demand. All right, you're almost ready to import your spreadsheet into Foresight. There's one last step, and that's making sure that all your cells are in the correct format. I mentioned this earlier in the video that you want all cells to be in the general format except for the dates. So the first 6 columns, you want to make sure that all of them are selected and that they are set to general. The dates are a little bit interesting. You're going to want to select all your date columns, and then you can right click and go to Format Cells. Now, in order for Foresight to correctly import your statements, you need to make sure that the date is in the format of year, 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 dash, month, month, dash, day, day. And unfortunately, due to some error in Excel, you cannot select that format from a location of English United States. What you need to do is select down here under location, English UK, and then you'll see that format right here again, year, month, day. That's the format it must be in order to import correctly. So you hit OK, and then you'll see that in there. And then finally, you want to select this column and make sure that it is in general as well. Now you're all set. What you can do is close out and save it, and you're ready to go. All right, the last step is importing your data into the Foresight web page. So go to foresight.midwestenergygroup.com, and when you log in, you should see a page similar to this. So we'll set up this demo plant right here. You'll click on the facility, and you'll see a couple drop downs here. You want to click the statements drop down and go to import statements. From there, you'll be prompted to choose a file. So this is the file that we just talked about creating. So you'll go here, find the file. I have it under the desktop, and select it. So you'll see there's our demo import and then your .csv. From there, you just need to click import, and it should import the file for you. Once it's imported, you should be able to see a page that looks similar to this with the different statements, and shows that everything's been imported successfully. You're more than welcome to check out your data to see how it imported. To do that, you can come up here to the top bar and click Facilities. It'll take you back to this demo plant. Now when you click on it, you'll see the multiple different metrics that you can look at. So let's say we wanted to take a look at the electric. You can then click on electric and scroll down, and there's all your data. This concludes the how-to video series on importing historical data. Should you have any questions, feel free to email us at foresight@midwestenergygroup.com. Again, that's foresight@midwestenergygroup, all one word, .com.